Graphics interchange format. It changed how we internet. It makes us laugh, it makes us cry, and it makes people angry. But the real question is it pronounced GIF or GIF? In 1987, the company CompuServe created a new way of looking at images on the internet, the graphics interchange format. Now, being that graphics interchange format doesn't quite roll off the tongue, they decided to get the first letter of each word and create an acronym out of it. Now, being that people mostly saw it in written form, they had to guess at the pronunciation. You see, the letter G is a strange letter. It can be pronounced two different ways. There's a hard G, as in great, or the soft G, as in the word generally. In Romance languages, the G behaves in a very similar way. When it's before an E or an I, it gets a softer pronunciation. In English, we sometimes do this too. Gibberish, giant, giraffe, gist, gin, ginger, geometric, genuine, Germany, gender, generally. And in fact, a lot of these words come into English by way of Latin. But of course, there's some other words too. Girl, give, gimmick, gift, giddy, gizmo, gear, geek, get. These words abide by a different pattern, and that's because most of these words come from Germanic. On May 21st, 2003, 26 years after the creation of the graphics interchange format, Steve Millet, the original creator, announced to the world that it should be pronounced GIF and not GIF. And did this settle the debate? Of course not! After the announcement, the internet was rampant with opinions on both sides of the pronunciation spectrum. One interesting argument that came up was that it should be pronounced GIF and not GIF because you call them graphics and not draphics, supporting the idea that an acronym's pronunciation is a direct result of the words that make it up. However, if this were the case, then the acronym for the self-contained underwater breathing apparatus should be pronounced SCUBA and not SCUBA. The organization known as the Federal Emergency Management Agency should be pronounced FEMA and not FEMA. And of course, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization should be pronounced NATO instead of NATO. The reality of the situation is that we treat the acronym itself as its own independent word, and it's not up to a singular individual to determine how it's pronounced. As speakers of the language, we take patterns we already know and apply them to new words. Now, you can go around arguing about which way is better and which one isn't, but in the end, it really doesn't matter. Of course, I just avoid the controversy altogether and pronounce it how you do in Spanish. Gif. If you like this video or have linguistics questions, like or comment below. I'll be releasing linguistics videos weekly. I'm Eric Borja, and that is How You Linguistics. Interchange format doesn't quite roll off the tongue. They decided to your feet are in the picture. Your feet are literally in the corner.
Oh, sorry.